not showing that. Let's go.
Welcome back, Slam, to another video. We're so glad that you guys are back with us. This is our second part of our series called The Story Of, and today we'll be doing the story of my friend Collin. Hey, if you guys have not done it already, please subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Hit that notification bell button so you stay updated whenever we post a video. Comment down below. I have a game that we're about to play here in a second, so I want you guys to go ahead and play along, and then we'll get started. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, cool. So this game is going to be called Choose One. So I'm going to give you two options. We're going to start off normal, and then we'll go into speed rounds, okay? So we'll kind of go Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Coke?
Yeah. Pepsi's nasty.
Nah, Pepsi.
Tastes flat right away. It's warm. Ugh.
I take Pepsi. All right. Pizza or burgers?
Ooh. Burger?
Burger?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, that's a tough one. Yeah.
Pizza burger?
Cheeseburger. They have those.
That is decent.
They do have those. Hey, you put down below what you choose for each one of these. Basketball or football?
Basketball.
Favorite basketball team?
Lakers.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been a Lakers fan, not just because of LeBron.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Kobe.
Restaurant or home cooked meal?
Who's cooking the meal?
No, we're not going off who's cooking the home cooked.
Just hopefully someone good.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs.
I do like cats though.
Yeah. Okay. iPhone or Android?
Well, I've been an Android user for my whole life until last year, but I got iPhone now.
So which one?
iPhone.
All right. Chocolate, like Reese's, Kit Kat, Snickers, stuff like that, or candy?
Like gummies? And,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, candy.
Candy?
Gummies, yeah. I love gummies.
I can't stand candy.
Like gummy worms, Lifesaver gummies, gummy bears.
Or
Max that boy.
watermelon Sour Patch.
Yeah, that was fire too.
All right, you ready? Speed round.
All right,
so you can't think about it. You just gotta
just on the dome.
Whitey's or Dairy Queen?
Whitey's.
Jordan or Nike?
Jordan.
Rap or country?
Rap.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Big house or nice car?
Big house.
That was our choose one speed round whole thing. We're gonna try to be doing this with every single person we bring in, just for like a fun little game. But if you want to go back, replay it, put down in the comments what you choose for each one.
It'll pay you to do it. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into these questions. So, what I want to ask first was, tell me a little bit about your life before Jesus.
Well, all right. Y'all might want to be sitting down. No, I'm kidding. But, man, my life before Jesus, it wasn't good. I mean, I was in a dark place. So right before I got saved, a lot of things happened. My best friend, for like 14 years, ended up killing himself. I just had major back surgery, so I wasn't really able to move. I was on bed rest. And I contemplated taking my own life. I tried it once. Thank God it was God's plan to keep me here. But yeah, so probably about a month or two after that, I started going to rehab, physical therapy to be able to walk again. I started walking again, and I went to like this business conference I was a part of. And on that Sunday, there was like a church service. It was kind of like a church service. I remember the guy up there. He was just saying if you're in pain, if you have physical pain, emotional pain, and you just don't know what to do, and you feel lost, and you're just contemplating on even being here right now, he was like, Jesus is here for you right now. Jesus, come down and accept Jesus into your heart. Allow him into your heart and allow him to transform your life. And I just truly felt the Holy Spirit over me. I didn't know what it was at the time, but now I know it was the Holy Spirit. But I walked down there, and I remember walking down to the altar in this huge arena, probably filled with like 15,000 people. And I remember walking down there, usually I would probably never walk down something like that. I'd probably been really embarrassed, but I just felt so I don't know what it was. It was just so, I know it was the Holy Spirit, but it was just so warm sensation. I felt like I was being hugged by Jesus. I remember just going down there and just crying. I mean, crying probably the most I've ever cried in my life. And just being on my knees and having people around me and the good things before that. I was sleeping around with multiple people. I was drinking. I was just trying to find my fulfillment in something else. I was trying to find Jesus. In a way, I was replacing Jesus with other things, with secular items, secular worldly things.
That's good though. Well, that leads me kind of to, you answered a little bit of this question, but that leads me to the next thing is, what were some problems or struggles that you had to deal with without Jesus, and why was it so hard for you during that time without Jesus?
Man, I mean, it's something that I still struggle with a little bit, but it's a lot better now. Like, I love my mom, and she's a great person, but she hasn't made the best life decisions. And growing up, she dealt with drugs and being a drug addict, being in and out of jail, and not always bringing the best people in our lives, and things like that. So it was really hard growing up, because most of my friends always had moms, like
Right.
really loving moms, like nurturing, caring moms. And like seeing that, that's something I always wanted. That's something I craved so much. And I think that's why I dealt with problems with women in high school and like doing things I shouldn't have been doing, is because I was trying to find that fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't get that from my mom. And that was really hard. I mean, today it is still kind of hard, but I couldn't. But now that I have Jesus in my heart, it's so much easier to handle. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's like rainbow and sunshine now.
Right,
It's still
right.
there's still problems there. There's still difficulties there, but ever since I've allowed God, our relationship is a little better than it used to be. It used to be just I wouldn't talk to her, or it'd be very just verbal confrontation or yelling between each other. But now I'm just praying that the seeds I've planted, that Jesus has planted through me, that hopefully one day that she can come clean and come to the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
But no, growing up without a mom was very difficult, because she was there, like she was there physically,
Right.
but she wasn't there emotionally or the nurture. She wasn't there nurturing me the way I needed,
Right.
and that was really hard. And then growing up with a sick dad, my dad's been sick for pretty much the majority of my life. And he's gotten better, but for a while he wasn't really in my life as much, and it was just hard not really having parents, but yeah.
So, I mean, like, one thing, kind of to relate to myself as well, me and you both have grown up in broken families, broken homes. And in my last message, which you have not seen, go watch it. But it talks about how my dad wasn't in my life, but the positive side that I was able to take from that,
Right.
and being able to have a perfect father to look to in Jesus,
Exactly.
and having that kind of example set in my life, so I can do that as well to my children.
No, I mean, definitely. It shows me that, like, kind of what you said, like, when I have a family, when I have kids, like, it shows me something that, like, that's not going to be for my kids. I want to have a better life for them. And I'm not saying I had the worst life. Like, I'm glad I went through those things, and God has definitely used those things. If it wasn't for those things, if it wasn't for the things we've gone through, we wouldn't be who we are today.
Right.
We wouldn't be the people we are. And God has made us to be who we are right now in this day. He knows who we were going to be this day.
Right.
So,
and that's the whole point of this is, that every single one of us, me, you guys watching, that you guys all have a story. We all have a story.
Exactly.
And everything that you go through will be used for Jesus' good, and it will shine a light to someone who may be dealing with the thing that you dealt with. That's why I feel like this is so important right now, because there's a lot of things going on, not only in the world, but at home, with your family, with your friends, stuff you're dealing with personally. And it's like that stuff will become part of your story. And that's why we want to sit down and talk to people and hear about their story and the things that they've faced, and the ways that they've gone about it, and the ways Jesus has helped them through it.
I do want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
And everyone has a testimony. God has created testimony for everyone. And just because your testimony may not be as like heart-wrenching, or it may not seem as serious, or you may not have anything traumatic happened, that does not mean your testimony is less than mine, less than Devin's, less than Jeff's. It is equal. God is going to use your testimony for different ways. Because I've talked to a lot of kids that have grown up in the church. Like, well, I don't have a testimony. Like, yes, you do. You have a testimony. Just because you may have not had something traumatic happen does not mean you don't have a testimony.
100%. That's really good. Well, when you kind of talked about it a little bit more, about when you started your relationship with Jesus and how it came about. How did it look for you after you accepted Jesus? And what caused you to stay strong in your relationship with him? Because one thing that I've noticed is, because I've known you for quite a while now, right before you gave your life to Jesus and after, and I've noticed that since you've given your life to Jesus, you've been on strong foot towards your relationship with Jesus. And, there's been a lot of people who I've dealt with personally who will give their life to Jesus but instantly just do a 180 and go right back the other direction. So what's caused you to kind of have that light shine?
So it takes time. And I think why a lot of people do fall away is because they don't want to take that time to change, because it's hard. It's hard to change your mindset. It's hard to change your actions, and you're going to maybe lose some friends. You're maybe going to lose groups you used to hang out with. But what kept me strong, trust me, I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes.
Right, yeah.
And in the beginning it was hard.
Jeff too.
And in the beginning it was hard. Like it still took a while for me to get out of those bad habits.
Right.
And I want people to realize that if you just come to the Lord, it's going to take a little bit. But what kept me strong was just knowing that Jesus died on the cross for me. That knowing that Jesus is in me. Jesus created me for a reason. We're all here for a reason. Or we wouldn't be here. And realizing that and knowing that God has a purpose for me and that he has a vision for me, and the feeling I felt when I got saved. That's what really kept me going in the beginning. Was that like all all the pain I had emotionally, and just that I just wanted not to be here. It was gone. And Jesus took that away. And another thing, I guess it's kind of a little all over, but I also have like 3 spinal diseases. Kind of talked about my surgery earlier. But I used to be in so much pain before I came to the Lord. I still have pain and stuff. I still hurt here and there. But it is so much more manageable now that I allow Jesus in my heart. I think it's because I'm not focusing on it so much, because I used to dwell in it. I used to let it control me. And now that I've accepted God and I allow God to flow through me, it's something that I try not to focus on too much. It's still there. But I think our problems is when there's something lingering in our body, physically, emotionally, we focus on it so much and it devours us.
That's good. Well, that kind of leads me to the last question, and we can go off of this for a little while, but what are some things you've overcame or have had a lot easier time with since starting your relationship with Jesus?
Yeah. I mean, yes, I guess I just talked about like my back. That's one of the things, and then my emotional, stability, because for a while I was a mess. I mean, I still am a sensitive guy, but I was very sensitive. Like if someone said something, I would just break. I'd cry. I'd get so offended. But ever since I allowed God in my heart, that's something that I've definitely been able to control more, is my feelings, my emotions, being able to kind of weigh them out. Because I definitely feel like God can talk to us through our emotions, our feelings, but we need to be able to have a clear mind. We can't let those feelings and emotions control us. We have to control them, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, so my back, sometimes it's bad, but like I want to be able to like be there for everyone and do anything and everything I can possible. Yeah. And yeah.
Well, one thing that was really good that you said was when you were talking about your back and how you've been able to overcome kind of the pain and stuff that you've been through because you're not dwelling in that pain anymore. And that's really good, because I think right now, not even just students, but leaders and young adults and however old you are, there's times where you dwell in the things of the past, or you dwell in the struggles that you've had years before or even now, and causing yourself to dwell keeps you stuck in place. And I think that there's a lot of people who do struggle with that.
100%. And I think that's where we get when we start dwelling in it. We just keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. Next thing we know, we're 20 feet in the ground.
Oh yeah. There's one thing that I saw on social media actually, which kind of ties into it. But right now, there might be people watching this video who have not given their life to Jesus yet, and are thinking, well, Devin, I'm still going through these struggles. I don't know how to get out. I've tried this. I've tried this. I've tried this. I've tried this. What I want you to notice is, are you trying on your own strength, or are you trying on the strength of Jesus? Because there's been a lot of times in my life, and I don't know about you, but for my life, there's been things that I know that I've been doing wrong and that I want to change. And instead of giving it to Jesus, I try to do it on my own. And I find myself just deeper and deeper and deeper every time. And it's because I can't see the light on the other end. Jesus sees the light on the other end. I can't see it. In that moment, I'm in the struggle and I'm wanting to get out, so I'm doing everything I can. And I end up digging myself the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I saw this picture on social media that just reminded me of that. And it was of Jesus. You've probably seen this too. And it's of Jesus kneeling down. And he has like this big like stuffed animal, like teddy bear behind his back. And there's a little kid who is staring at Jesus in the face with a small teddy bear. And you can use this as place your struggle in that teddy bear situation. Right here is your struggle, and you don't know how to get rid of it, and you can't get rid of it. And all Jesus is asking you is to give it to him. And what you don't know is that there's a blessing on the other side of your gift. It's like as soon as you give that small teddy bear away, there's a big one that Jesus has for you. That is freedom, that is love, that is peace, that is answers to your questions. And it's just giving him that struggle in order for him to do that work in your life. And once you do that, and once you give him that struggle, that's when you'll start to see the changes, and you'll start to see Jesus and things more. And your eyes will open up, and you'll start to realize the testimony that you do have. And so my challenge to you would be, think about, maybe some of the struggles you've been through, or think about the struggle you're going through right now, and really ask yourself, have I really given this to Jesus?
And I think it's okay too if you're still struggling, I think it's okay to share your testimony wherever you're at.
Oh yeah.
I think it can still be powerful, especially if you're in it right now, and if you can discuss it openly and talk about it. I think how freeing that will be, and how comforting that will be if you can still talk about it while you're struggling through it. Because a lot of times when we're struggling through things in our life, we want to hide it. And if you put it in the light, Jesus will see that, and he'll heal you. And I believe that. Because I think it's so easy to hide what we're struggling in and put it under the carpet, and that's when the enemy can take it, and use it for his advantage.
Definitely. But yeah, guys, so this is our second video of this series. I cannot wait. We have some great people lined up for the next week and the weeks to come. We also have a breakaway season pass that we will be doing for you guys. We'll give more information on our social media platforms. So if you have not, follow our social media at SlamQC on Instagram, or Slam Students Outreach on Facebook. Go there, follow. We post every week. We're going to start posting more stories, keeping you guys updated on everything. But go check that out. And yeah, I think there's fireworks going on. We love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in. Again, hit subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell so you stay updated with all of our posts, and share with friends. Let's get this page up to 100 people subscribe and hearing the word of Jesus. Our goal is to reach the people that are not part of our youth group and are not in our church. We are reaching outside of our wall in every way that we can. We love you guys, and peace out.
What's up, Slam fam? It's Jeff. Hey, I'm super excited about this series called The Story Of. We here at Slam believe that everybody has a testimony. We feel that everybody's voice needs to be heard. And the whole point of this was for you to have the opportunity to be real and to be raw. Okay? And so with that being said, it's a very important thing I want to cover. I just felt compelled to post this video and in addition to the testimony. So last night during our recording, there were bits and pieces where we lost complete audio, and so you're going to notice there's a lot of edits within that. And I just want to reiterate that we're not going to cut out things we don't want people to hear, okay? It's important that you guys understand that. We want you guys to be real. We want your voice to be heard. We're not going to cut out things we don't want people to hear to make us look good. Okay, that's not us. That's not what we want to do. That's not our vision. That's not Devin's heart. And so with that being said, I want you to understand there is edits. There's going to be cuts. And most of those cuts are from the audio being lost. Of course, there were some cuts that I cut where, you know, Devin, Collin, and I are good friends, and so we were joking around, you know, especially with like the fireworks going on in the back, you know, as you heard, it is July 4th, so, which is another reason why I wanted to post this video, because it's Devin's birthday, and I didn't want to have to call him and say, hey, we got to re-record everything. So, so that's why I just wanted to share this with you. Yes, there is edits. Most of those edits are just from us losing audio. Some of the other edits are just because we were joking around, and the jokes weren't inappropriate or anything. They're just something that they don't relate to the message whatsoever. They weren't part of the testimony. A lot of it was the fireworks in the background and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to share this with you and understand that yes, you're gonna see edits, but we're not cutting out what we don't want you guys to see. We want to be respectful of your time. If I would have recorded that whole thing and posted it, even with the lip sync, you're looking at about 30 minutes of footage. And you know, we want to be respectful of your time, because this is already going to be about 25 minutes long. And the only reason it's that long is because I wanted to share what happened. So, so I just want to let you guys know, hey, look, I love you guys. We love you guys here at Slam. If you feel compelled to share your testimony, get a hold of Devin, connect with him, and he'd be happy to get you on the schedule. We're excited. We want to hear our students' voices. You know, we want to hear our leaders' voices. We understand none of us are perfect, and we want you to understand that too. None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. Devin's not perfect. Collin's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So all that being said, I just wanted to share this with you, give you a little disclaimer as to what happened, and to let you guys know that we are real. We want you to be real. We want you to be honest. We're not going to cut things out we don't want you to hear. We already came prepared. You know, Devin prayed about this whole thing, so he has questions based on general questions. And if you want to share more, great. You know, we will have probably the opportunities to have our hour-long segments if people want to see the whole testimony. So with all that being said, hey, I love you guys. I look forward to next week and hearing another person's testimony. And so, hey, love you guys, and we'll see you next time.